Well, we've become accustomed, haven't we, to saying to each other in the period in the run up to Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. But what do we mean by that? Neither of the words in themselves, merry and happy, import anything to do with the celebration of the birth of Christ, but rather something about the celebration itself. May the celebration be merry. May your celebration of the new year be merry. Neither of them seem to have any indication that the fact of a new event, a new age, the dawning of a new era is about to take place. And that's really what the commemoration of Christmas is intended to be. It's not intended to be a thing in itself. It's intended to be an act of remembrance of an enormous joy, a fantastic gift which is to be given to the world by our God. Now, in times gone past, of course, that's been taken as the shorthand for all those things because there's been a massive assumption, I venture, that most of the world that would exchange those kinds of greetings, those kinds of conversation dances between themselves, would be making assumptions that they'd be seeing each other in church or in or around church during the Christmas period to pay their religious duties and perform their devotions. Not so now. So for the last 100 years, I reckon, the phrase Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year has had a hollow ring about it in terms of religious significance. That's not to say that the people who say it aren't religious, or the people who say it have no concept of the religious nature of Christmas. It's more to do with priorities, I would have said, the way that we contextualize the event within ourselves. This year it's got an even more hollow ring because much of the, I'm going to say the cure for our other ills, rather like a decent summer holiday cures all our other ills. It's not even been capable of being seen as a period of time in which we are taken out of ourselves so that we can rest our minds and our hearts and even our souls from the routine, the drudgery of daily life, financial pressures, heartache, so on and so forth. I know that's not true for everybody, and there are some people who find Christmas very hard for all kinds of reasons. People who are mourners, people who are grieving losses of either people or loved ones, absences, however caused. So it's always been difficult for them. But for most people, it's been an opportunity, as I say, like the summer holiday, to take you out of yourself, relax and enjoy life as we feel it's meant to be lived. But not much to do with Jesus. This year, that very hollow ring in the face of COVID-19 and in many parts of the world, very specifically Europe and the United Kingdom, we're going to be thinking about this Christmas as the Christmas that was stolen from us by a virus. But Christmas hasn't been stolen from us. Jesus hasn't been stolen from us. The dawning of a new age has not been stolen from us. the capacity to create the kingdom of God on earth has not been stolen from us. The challenge of how to do that lies still before us. So, really, it's the depth and the nature of the dare that has become more challenging. And so I always return to my watchwords of the two greatest commandments. And not just the recital of the two greatest commandments, but the recital of what they meant. And these are words that Jesus used in answer to a lawyer, probably somebody who was a good religious lawyer and was familiar with church law, and on that basis was being questioned. And we turn to Matthew 22 to find Jesus' answer to this question. Teacher, what commandment in the law is the greatest? He said to them, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment. And a second is like it. You shall love your neighbour as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So perhaps we'll have time this year to think about things in a different way than we've been used to thinking about them. I dare say we'll still all eat a bit too much. I know I will. I dare say some of us will drink a bit too much. Some of us will be in lamentation. Some of us will be enjoying ourselves a bit too much, almost desperately so. But the one thing we'll have a chance to do that we don't normally have a chance to do is to reflect on those two greatest commandments and ask ourselves this question. What difference can I make to the world that I live in 2021, especially in the wake of a world pandemic, the like of which is outside the experience of any of us who are alive now? And as you contemplate that question for yourselves, I do sincerely wish you the joy of the commemoration of new life, human and earthly, but divine and inspiring. And I wish you hope for the future, for where there is God, there is love.